Oh, we're live. We are live. Oh. Welcome into the show, guys and girls. Kids, I don't think I'm going to use any foul language today, so welcome in, kids. Listen to the show. If you're driving in the car, listen to podcast-wise, let them listen. I'll keep it normal. I'll keep it fun, guys. Welcome into the show. Today's show brought to you by Wes Butler over at Butler CCS. Give them a call if you got fire, water, mold, need a new roof. 713-330-9472. Butler CCS Inc. Incorporated. Fire, water, mold, roofing. Call them today. 713-330-9472. All right, guys, got a bunch going on today. Bad day for Houston sports. We'll get into that in a little bit. Bad yesterday. Terrible day for Houston sports. MLB's kicked off. You got all kinds of stuff going on now. All kinds. We've got real results. The Sweet 16 is underway. Teams are going home. And we're starting to see who's actually built to win this thing. Baseball's officially back. Opening day was yesterday. We'll get into whether or not the Dodgers are a good thing for the MLB. It's interesting. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's getting louder by the minute. We also we're going to talk about Michael Jordan and NASCAR, which is very interesting. That's going to be at the end, along with the parlay of the day. So you guys stay tuned for all of that. Today is March 27th. National holiday time, National Spanish Paella Day, Celebrate Exchange Day, International Whiskey Day. Listen, I've got an event to go to, a benefit I'm going to tonight here in Houston. So I will be maybe partaking in some whiskey. Let's see. Where are we? National Acoustic Soul Day. Love that. National Joe Day. Shout out to all my Joes, especially Joe Applewhite. Shout out to you, Joe. One of my good friends. Also, Joe Applewhite Realty. So follow him if you need a new home. Shout out to Joe, man. National Joe Day. National Medical Science Liaison Awareness and Appreciation Day. National Viagra Day. What's up, A? National Viagra Day, Quirky Country Music Song Title Day, Scribble Day. I doodle still all the time. World Theater Day and Ultra Music Festival Day. That's your holidays. Some birthdays today. Mariah Carey, who by the way holds the record for the most weeks at number one. I think it's over 100 weeks that girl and her songs has spent at number one. Unbelievable. Kendra Scott, the fashion designer. It is her birthday as well. I know my daughter, if she's listening to this, is now going to ask me for a necklace. Kendra, send me one. How about that? Shout out on the show. Let's get into some sports, guys. My goodness. Welcome to Sports with Balls. What a night last night, man. Let's start with what just happened. Purdue survives Texas 79-71. On a tip-in by Purdue, the point guard did some shake and bake. He gets to the goal. He misses the layup. Was there some shoving underneath, guys? Yes, there was. If you're a Texas fan, you're going to say he shoved him in the back and got the tip-in. But listen, it is the last play of the game. They're going to allow all kinds of physical play. So I don't want to hear that, he got shoved in the back, should have caught a foul. Man, when there's less than 5 seconds, it's not, you can't grab somebody and throw them to the ground, but come on, man. You got to get that. Texas fought back. They played a good game. They're done. Number 11 seed is gone. And actually, in one of my brackets, I had Purdue winning that game and got it. I'm in, I think, 89 or 94 percentile. We'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm up there. Purdue survives Texas 79-71. What a battle. It was a fun game to watch. Iowa knocks off Nebraska in a very weird and tricky game. Fun to watch. Came down to, one of the teams not having 5 guys on the court. Coach took responsibility after it for Nebraska. I appreciate that. I do. Look, he took complete accountability for that, so that's good. You can't have 4 guys. You can't play 4 and 5. Can't do it. Not in Sweet 16. I don't know where the breakdown was. I hope that the kid that was trying to check into the game doesn't get hammered too much. But, yeah, you can't do that. 4 guys. 4 guys on 5, and Iowa ends up with the layup, and they win 77-71. That's your sleeper team right now, guys. If you're looking for a sleeper, Iowa's your sleeper team. Arizona dominates Arkansas, 109-88. I believe that Arizona had 100 points with still 5 minutes left to go in the game. Holy, you know what? Arizona is my team to win it all. There's been talk about every other team in this entire tournament but Arizona. It is so, like, they are quiet, man. And when you have a quiet team like this, it's not making many headlines, and they are just dominating everybody. It is dangerous. Super dangerous. Arizona looks really good. 109-88, obviously. I don't see them losing, man. I've got them winning it all. They dominated Arkansas, and good job, Arkansas. It was fun. Made it to the Sweet 16. The other game last night, Illinois upsets Houston in Houston, which was, oh man, that was brutal. Hold on, I gotta. I'll read that to you guys later. Illinois upsets Houston. I just got an alert on my phone for some interesting sports stuff. Breaking news that I'll bring up later. Illinois upsets Houston, though. Houston couldn't make a shot. Houston could not make a shot. They lost 65-55. The defense, I guess the defense from Illinois was great. It's just Houston even missed wide open shots, which usually you make. It was just a bad game. It was just a really, really bad game for Houston. And now you turn it into the Kelvin Sampson. Is he going to be there next year? Now they're not going to let him go. Okay, he's not getting fired from Houston. I believe, if I have this correct, I need to look at this. Let me see the last 5 years. It's been brutal for him. But I think that obviously he made it to the national championship one time, but it has just been a string of early exits for Sampson. And that's not going to get it done. I had it pulled up a little bit ago, but yeah, I think he's fine. If he retires, I'm okay with it. He's done a great job. Okay, here it is. In 2021, they lost to Baylor in the national semifinal. The round of 8, they lost to Illinois in 22. The round of 16 in 2023 to Miami. They lost to Duke in 2024 in the round of 16. Last year, of course, they were runner-up in the whole thing. And this year, they lose to Illinois in the round of 16. So that's 1, 2, 3, round of 16s, a round of 8, and a runner-up. Man. They're not firing him. I'll just tell you that. Now, if he chooses to retire, that's fine. And I believe, I was talking to a coworker of mine earlier about this, and it's like, how much money did Houston spend? I think they somewhere in the round of $8 to $10 million. Let's just say that. That is a good amount of money. You're going to keep getting there. I think Houston will stay in the top 20 schools in the nation. Now, do they need a younger, more energetic coach? I don't know. But if I'm Sampson, I give it 1, maybe 2 more years. The guy's done a great job over there. But Houston loses. They're out. Illinois is on to the Elite 8. Close games. The elite teams survive. I would say your dark horse is Iowa. Arizona might be is dangerous. Like I said, in Houston, losing was probably the biggest story of yesterday. No Cinderellas anymore. The tournament is turning out just like I thought it would, and I talked about this for a couple of weeks now. It's fine to have Cinderella stories, but when we get down to it, you want the Blue Bloods. You need the heavy hitters, and man, do we have them tonight. Duke versus St. John's. Oh, love this. I like Duke in that game, though. Duke's talented. St. John's got toughness, but I like Duke. UConn versus Michigan State. What a war this is going to be. Now, I might put $25. I think they're plus 4,000 to win the whole thing right now. Plus 4 or plus 2,000. I might take UConn to win the whole thing. I love Hurley. They're a complete team. I got them tonight versus Michigan State. Either one of those teams is fine with me. That should be a really, really close game. Michigan versus Alabama. In fact, let me pull up the spreads on these games here in a second. Michigan versus Alabama. Michigan's more balanced. I got them moving on. And then you got Iowa State versus Tennessee. In a fun game, just not necessarily one of those ones that just blows you away off the initial names, right? But should be a great game. Tennessee 6, Iowa 2. Iowa's favored 4.5. UConn's only favored by 1.5. Michigan's almost a double-digit favorite over Alabama. That's another team, dude. Michigan and Arizona have both been silent as far as anybody talking about them this tournament. You got Duke and St. John's. Duke is favored by 6.5. So I like Duke. I do. They've had a rough start, but they're putting it together. Maybe they blow St. John's out. I don't know. I think Duke minus 6.5 is a good bet. Michigan minus 9.5. I don't know. We're in the round of 16. I take Alabama plus the 9.5. Michigan State and UConn. Not betting that one. That's a great game. 2 and 3 going at it. And Tennessee and Iowa State. Iowa State minus 4.5. I don't know. I don't know enough about those teams to even get into that. But I got Arizona. I've got UConn, Michigan, and man, I don't know who's. I'm not gonna do my final for you. I'll do another show on Monday, obviously, and then we're gonna get into it. We'll get into it on Monday. This is no longer chaos in the NCAA tournament. It has turned into the big boys and the big dogs, and this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. By the way, I think the team that spent the most money on their players is Kentucky, and obviously they are not in the tournament. So there you go. That is your NCAA bracket breakdown. I told you guys I did have. Let me see my bracket. I think I'm going to pull my bracket up right now. If I can get to it. Men's full tournament bracket. Where's my bracket? How do you get to your bracket? Oh, well. I'm not going to sit here and mess with it. But I know I had Illinois moving on over Texas, which was very, very interesting because I'm a Texas fan. But all good. Let's move on to some MLB, baby. Major League Baseball is back. This section brought to you by Hercules Geotechnical Consultants, man. These guys are amazing. Give Mark over there a call if you need anything that has to do with soil test, residential and commercial, new construction and buildings, also building additions, also phase 1 environmental site aspects or assessments, banks and realtors required for commercial loans. So call Mark ASAP. That's Mark Fuentes at. I got to move this thing out of the way so I can get his number off right here. These banners. If you're watching live, you understand what I'm talking about. But it is 713-884-5504. 713-884-5504. That's Hercules Geotechnical Consultants, man. Soil test. Get them done. All right, let's get on the MLB. And I mentioned earlier it was a bad day for Houston sports. The Astros lost their opener. Not only lost their opener, they only got 3 hits. They got worked. They got absolutely hosed on opening day. And so did a couple of other teams. There was some shockers yesterday, actually. Some real shockers. None bigger than Paul Skeens. None bigger than Paul Skeens. I don't know how O'Neal Cruz is not charged with 2 errors and giving up 4 runs. Paul Skeens was yanked in the first inning after only 2 outs. His ERA is 67.5. Whoa. That is unbelievable. Freddie Peralta got the W yesterday in the Pirates versus the Mets. Paul Skeens gets the loss. And look, this isn't on him. As weird as it may sound, did he pitch well? Not really. Should he have been out of that? Yes, 100%. Should he allow 1, maybe 2 runs? Yes. But he should not have been out in the second with only 2 outs in the first inning. O'Neal Cruz made 2 huge errors at center field. Huge. And they are not marked as errors on the score sheet. They went on earned runs for Paul Skeens, and it is a brutal way to start. First, his fiance, not even fiance, are him and Dunn engaged? I don't think so. But she's on the set of the new Baywatch show with some other dude. Now, granted, it's just a TV show, but it's pretty funny that he gets rocked and his girlfriend is hugging another guy. Ouch, bad day for Paul Skeens. All right, Angels win over the Astros. I told you, 3-0. Astros with only 3 hits. Soriano for the Angels was lights out. He was lights out. Hunter Brown, actually, for the Astros pitched very, very well. Astros just could not get anything going. White Sox got brutally beat up by the Brewers. I think they had 20 strikeouts on the White Sox. I think that's a record for their team. That is not good. Here's another shocker. The Nationals went into Wrigley Field. The Nationals, that's right, went into Wrigley Field and put a whooping on them, 10-4. I had Chicago winning that game yesterday. They definitely screwed me on that one. Twins and Orioles. Orioles get the W. Red Sox over the Reds. Tigers over the Padres. Rangers lost to the Phillies. The Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays, lose an opener in St. Louis. The Dodgers, Yamamoto versus Zach Gallen. So me and my son watched this game last night. And the Dodgers lineup is just ridiculous, man. And I know we knew this coming into it. I know we all knew that the Dodgers were the favorite. I know we knew that their lineup was ridiculous. But when you see it on television and a batter after batter after batter comes up, it is brutal for any pitcher, man. It's like, oh, well, you're going to walk this guy? Oh, you're going to pitch around this guy? Well, here comes the next. Kyle Tucker had a great night. These guys, I mean, the lineup was just unbelievable. They scored 8 runs versus a good, really good Arizona team. They only allowed 6 hits. They had 10. I mean, Mookie Betts got a hit. Ohtani got a hit. Tucker got a hit. Look, Freeman went 0 for 4, and they scored 8 runs. What? Will Smith with a bomb. Pages, their center fielder, has got a bomb. Yeah, Ohtani didn't even hit a home run. Freeman got 0 hits. Betts only got 1 hit, and they won 8-2 versus Zach Gallen and the Diamondbacks. Here's what I'm going to do, and I'll tell you guys this. I'm going to put money almost every single day on the Dodgers minus a run and a half. I'm going to see how this works out for me because this should be a really, really good financial experiment. I think they should win by 2 runs probably 70% of the time. And I'm going to do it again tonight, and I'm going to keep doing it. They're just that good. They really are just that good. When other players aren't – see, usually if you've got a guy, let's say Mike Trout goes over 4, which, by the way, he hit a home run yesterday, then the Angels are kind of screwed, right? But you can have on the Dodgers, Freeman go over 4, Ohtani go over 4, and still win by double digits. Or at least more than 2. Just an amazing, amazing team they have over there. Yamamoto went 6 innings, only 2 earned runs, got 5 hits. That's all you got to do. You could even give up 3, maybe even 4 runs for the Dodgers, and you're fine. You're going to win. Their pitching staff, the win-loss record is going to be unbelievable. That's going to be ridiculous. Last game of the day yesterday, Guardians lose. I'm sorry. Guardians beat the Mariners in Seattle. Woo, that was a rough one. Absolutely rough one. So the question is, go back to the Dodgers. Is it good for the game? They have star power. You've got casual fans tuning in. The ratings are high for the Dodgers. But is it good? The bad side is, why do you watch? Why commit to 162 games? The Dodgers winning is great for headlines, but it's bad for hope of any other team. I think that the Dodgers putting together an all-star team, not only batting, but also pitching, and maybe the greatest player we've ever seen, is good for a little bit. Nobody, unless you live in LA, wants to see the Dodgers ripping off 4 out of the next 6 championships. You don't want to see it. In baseball, you need probably 2 or 3 good teams, right? You need the Yankees. or the Astros. You need the arch rival to the Dodgers is the Astros. So you would need the Astros to step up. You need another team, maybe even the Cubs. You've got to have, let's even say 3 or 4 interesting teams in the MLB. You don't want just one. You've got to have a team that can beat them. Otherwise, it's ridiculous. You might be able to beat them for one game. Are you going to beat them in a 7-game series? Hell no. So you've got to have another team that can give them the heat. There'll be a surprise team this year. And let's hope it's fun. Last year's World Series was unbelievable, man. The Blue Jays put up an incredible fight. But that's what you need. That's what baseball needs. Granted, Blue Jays, small market, great talent over there, though. Speaking of the Blue Jays, I believe they kick off today. I'll give you the lineups right now for tonight's matchups. This is March 27th, Friday. Kikuchi versus Burrows and Angels Astros. Yankees and the Giants go at it again with Schittler on the mound for Yankees and Robbie Ray for the Giants. Athletics at the Blue Jays, what I was just talking about. By the way, let me see if this is on here. I don't think they have their lineup yet. But the Athletics lineup is unbelievable. I'm still picking Toronto to win this game tonight because they're amazing. But holy crap, I like the A's. They might be my second favorite team in all of baseball. The A's are good. Go look at their talent on that roster. They may be the Dodgers in 3 years. They're that good. They are that good. Trade Paul Skeens to the Las Vegas A's, and let's go. Man. Rockies at the Marlins, Royals at Braves, Guardians at the Mariners again, Tigers at the Padres again, and then, of course, the nightcap D-backs at the Dodgers, where Nelson versus Sheehan will take place. By the way, Framber Valdez will make his Tigers debut. Tigers are 1-0. They beat the Padres already. But Framber Valdez will pitch against the Padres tonight on MLB TV. This is going to be fun, dude. Fun games tonight. You got the NCAA championship tonight. You also have MLB opening day for some teams tonight. Can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, let's move on. The next subject will be about a basketball player we all know as MJ. But this section brought to you by Novus Building and Design. Give Amanda a call, 713-805-9513, novusbuildinganddesign.com. They believe building a home is more than just construction. It's a calling. Female-owned and family-run, guided by faith and commitment to integrity. They've spent their entire career turning visions into reality through home building and remodeling. 713-805-9513. That's novusbuildinganddesign.com. All right, last thing. Michael freaking Jordan is winning again. Might be the most underrated story in sports, man. MJ's building a dynasty. This is crazy. His team, 21x1, 23x1 Racing, has won 4 of the last 6 races. 4 of the last 6. Damn. This is a big deal, guys. NASCAR, remember, I don't know. I know a lot of you probably don't keep up with a lot of NASCAR, but they went through the court system. Michael Jordan won. I guess there was some cheating going on. I don't know. I'd have to get into it a little bit further in detail. This is not a NASCAR show by any means, but Jordan is winning again. He got the rules to be fair, and he is absolutely dominating the NASCAR circuit now. NASCAR, and that's hard to do. Between equipment, strategy, and drivers, that is a very tough sport to dominate like this. Winning 4 of 6, this is Tiger Woods-ish at his prime. Not even joking. If this was the NBA, it'd be a dynasty. That's how hard this is. But MJ is doing it again. All right, guys, I do have before we get out of here, my NBA parlay of the day goes as follows. Now, listen, I've hit a little, I don't know how you would like to call this. I found a gem in gambling, and it's called the largest lead. Most gambling sites have it, and the largest lead of any NBA game, I believe that Vegas sets is 17.5 points. Now, that means that at any point in the game, the lead will be more than 17.5 or less than 17.5. So you take the over or the under by any team. Usually, obviously, it's a good team playing a bad team, and I take the over. Hence today. The number one, the Thunder are at home versus the Bulls. The line is 19.5. I'm taking the over of the 17.5 point largest lead. There's one. Second one, Nuggets are at home versus the Jazz. Take the over. The line's 18.5, so I'm taking the over largest lead 17.5. And the last one, Lakers are at home versus the Nets. They'll blow the Nets. I think they were leading by over 30 last time they played. So largest lead over 17.5. So take the over on the Lakers Nets game, the over on the Nuggets Jazz game, and the over on the Thunder and Bulls game. Largest lead 17.5, man. What a show. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Sweet 16's delivering. Baseball's back. MJ's winning again. Sports haven't changed. They've just stopped pretending. This is Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff with Michael. Jeff Michael. See you next time. Later.